All right, guys, good morning to all of you. Can you hear me loud and clear? If yes, give me a thumbs up or you put a type there L and C, please. Thank you very much once again. All right, wait for more people to come in before I start. Okay, morning to you, Anthony. Morning to you, Janet. Good morning to you, Nelson. And yes, indeed, Nelson, thank God it's Friday once again. Now, this is one good Friday because this is one of the few weekends where I'm not going to be coaching. Usually, my Saturday, Sunday, I get it burned because I'll be doing classes. But this weekend, I'm going to go slow and enjoy my Saturday, Sunday. So it's a good day. All right, guys, without further ado, I think we have more than enough people right now. I'll just start today's MAO. Just give me a moment. Let me start it right now. Okay, this morning, today is the 26th of August, 2022. Today is Friday. All right, Friday. Okay, today we're expecting some data coming out from Jackson Hole. Well, we do know that Jerome Powell will be speaking and everybody's looking at it. All right, I received a lot of messages asking me to cover this story, but I think more or less on last Wednesday, I already mentioned that. So I will talk a bit more later, okay? All right, definitely you can see from my today's collage, right, you can see that we have the planes from China, okay, going to US is being cancelled. There's some reason for that. I'll talk about that. And of course, we do know that the Bitcoin is trying to have a bit of recovery. And I told you before, as long Bitcoin is basically above 20,000, the stock market will likely have a support. But once the Bitcoin goes below 20,000, there will be some selling, okay? The resistance I've been mentioning over and over again is between 24,000 to 25,000. Every time when the Bitcoin go to this particular figure, there seems to be some profit taking, okay? And of course, there's some people who believe that there is no US recession. So I don't know how on earth this particular fund manager says that. But again, I say he is a fund manager. So he has his value, his reason, his credit. So I will just leave it down there, but I will share my own personal view very, very shortly. Hi, good morning to you, Alex. Okay, let's go. Now, once again, we'd like to thank AIMS for sponsoring the TWB Daily MAO. We thank them for all their good work. They've been doing this for us. So thank you very much to you, AIMS, once again. Appreciate that. Okay. All right. Now, disclaimer apply as usual. Whatever I share is meant for your market information. Now, end of the day is that you have to do risk management. Okay, you do the final risk management. Okay. All right. Let's go. Now, let me ask you this stuff, everybody. Those who are now online right now. Okay. Now, this is a nursery rhyme since young. Now, honestly, this nursery rhyme is right. It actually clouded me for a moment. Can I ask all of you who are now online, and if you are able to answer me, is that right? All right. Humpty Dumpty, he died by the end of the nursery. All right, I need to done to verify this story because I realized that when I was young, I actually knows that Humpty Dumpty didn't die. But apparently, as time goes by, I realized that he died. So may I ask you guys now, if you went through the nursery rhyme, just you can hum on just hum it now. Did Humpty Dumpty died after the fall? All right, can you ask yourself now? I want to hear you guys telling me now. There are 31 of you right now. Can you share with me, is that right? How many what was the nursery rhyme that you actually remember? And did Humpty Dumpty died by the end of the rhyme? All right, can you tell me now? Waiting for your answers right now because I actually have two versions. When I was young itself, right, I had one version. As I get older, I got another version. And I did notice that actually Humpty Dumpty, this nursery rhyme came from a very interesting history. Okay, so I'm waiting for your answers right now. If you have the answer, can you write your answer right now? I want to see all of you, what do you have in your younger days? What do you remember? Okay, I'm still waiting for answer. All right, so Clara say no. Okay, Clara say no. Okay, good. All right, anybody else? Anyone want to share with me at the end of the day, did Humpty Dumpty die after the fall? Okay, I'm waiting for more answers coming in. All right, so while we're waiting for more answers to come, all right, let me just share this with you. Let me just give you a moment. I want to take a quick picture of this one here. It's pretty cool. Okay, Nelson say Humpty had a great fall, so died. Okay. All right, so let's just take a look here. Okay. All right, so apparently, okay, we all know that this is the rhythm, the rhyme, right? Okay, so we all that know the story of Humpty Dumpty. He sat on the wall, had a great fall, and none of the king's men could put back him together again, and neither could the horses. Okay, so because of that, it's all right. Theoretically, Humpty Dumpty died. Okay, but I realized that when I was in the younger days, I heard was the horses and the man came in and put Humpty Dumpty together again. So it's like, hey, okay, interesting. All right, so we have basically it's a few versions. Clara say no, but you can see Nelson, just Shepperson, and Anthony says that died. Okay, all right. Thank you guys for this contributing this. Now I'll show you the history of Humpty Dumpty. Okay. So apparently, I didn't know this. I just found on internet. Humpty Dumpty rhyme first appeared in the print in Samuel Arnold Juvenile Amusement. Okay, published in 1797. Oh my God, that is really, really long time ago. That's about 200 over years ago. Okay, through the third line was slightly different. 4 scores of men and 4 scores of more. Okay, apparently this is a bit different. And a more popular theory attached to Humpty Dumpty to a cannon in Colchester in England during the town siege in 1648. Okay. So apparently it's all right. The cannonball was known to be Humpty Dumpty, and that was the cannonball that was involved in the siege in the 1648. So of course, again, there are many versions, but apparently itself, right? What I'm trying to explain to you is this. If you look back again, this cartoon, right now the thing is this: we are really at the ledge, and it's only waiting for Federal Reserve to come in to save the day. Because if Federal Reserve do not come in to save the day, then we probably will have a big problem coming on. And that's the reason why I felt that, right, things is going to get very scary as time goes by. So that is the reason why I'm sharing this with you. So why do we have that? Because we all know that this Jackson Hole is coming. And of course, yesterday, 2 days ago, when I was telling you itself, right, how I view the market, and I was very clear with my explanation. I don't know whether you remember it. Okay. So what I shared was, I said that, first of all, I said that the market will pull back, and I even gave a timing. I said that right by 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Singapore time, there's a very good chance that the market will come down to 32,739. Okay, and with some stroke of luck, we may even get to see this figure, 32,667. But I was very clear, and was very clear to say that, right, the boys are actually buying. The boys are actually buying. So what I said was very clear that I said that if the market actually comes down to 32,739, there's a very good chance the market will actually rebound. So I just want to ask you guys, do you remember hearing me saying that? Okay, because I said that usually before the Jackson Hole is out, right, the market will talk about a lot of very negative stuff, and the market will generally be going down towards there. But usually before that is out, right, there will be a rebound. Do you remember that? If you remember that is out, right, do me a little favor. Can you key REM right now? REM stands for remember. I want to see that whether did my message actually pass through correctly, or did I say it wrongly and cause confusion? So do me a little favor. Let me know. Let me know what I said, and then see whether is there a need for me to clarify. All right. As always, Anthony is always my main strong supporter. Thank you very much once again. Thank you, Anthony. And Shepperson also said that he remember. Thank you very much. How about the rest? There's about 50 of you right now online. So can you have do you remember, or were you down during my sharing on last Wednesday when I was talking about this? Because if you remember, just keyword REM, you'll be deeply appreciated. All right. Now, why do I want to bring this up? Because I mean, I was pretty clear. I said this, and the best part of it actually really happened. So you can see on your screen right now, this was when we had our MAO, right? Sorry, here. This is where we have our MAO, okay, on the 24th of August that day. And then after that itself, right, the market actually did an incredible down touch to the first target level, which is that 32,802. Remember, that was one KCB level that I shared with you guys, and I told you guys to take profit from there. Yes, indeed. And then after that, the market really rallied up all the way back itself. And then what happened? During the European time, about 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., the market just suddenly nosedived down all the way to 32,769 area. Now, of course, it did not really go to that level that I mentioned, 32, but that was the basis. And of course, you can see immediately the boys came in to buy strongly from that very moment onwards. And of course, from there itself, from 32,800, it went all the way up to 33,287, right? So that is what actually happened. So you can see that the market rallied about 500 points from where we call for a buy. This is exactly it. So pretty spot on, right? If you ask me itself. And of course, we have our indicator whereby you can see that the bomb says that this is the bottom. Look at the way the market rallied. This is beautiful. Look at the way the bottom is up. So our TA is like this. Once the bomb is around and it's an uptrend momentum, it will be a solid indicator to be utilized. Okay. But if the market is in a downtrend, then if there's a star on the side, right, then the market will usually be coming down. So you can see that this system of ours itself is really incredible. It's pretty decently accurate. And of course, that's the reason why a lot of people are using this system of mine to make money. Okay, so this is something that consider to join us if you have not joined us yet. Okay. All right. Thank you very much to the both gentlemen. Okay. All right. So now the thing is, this is continue over here. Now the fear and greed index, where is it right now? It's at neutral ground. Now it was at 58 yesterday. Because of the Dow Jones went up by 300 points, it went up by 1 point. Interesting. And now it's at neutral 49. Now neutral 49 is here, and you can see on the screen right now, right, that is a strong resistance at these several areas here. You can see that the resistance over here, right? So it seems that it's coming downwards, okay? It's still coming downwards. So there's two views on this. One is that maybe the market is waiting for a big rally to come. That means that the market could have a big rally in the near term. Or not the south, right? This could lead to a more severe selling in the coming months. So I'm not too sure which will be coming in, but I'm definitely watching this very, very closely. And I think as a trader, you should too, all right? Now let's look at the US economics data right now. Okay, like you say, you don't find anybody covering so extensively on the US market with the calendars and data. Okay, so you should really pay attention to details. All right, so we all know that the new home sales went down on Tuesday, and on Wednesday is all right. As expected, the core durable goods itself was interesting. It was slightly higher. That was a pretty good news. And the pending home sales was better because it was looking at -4%, but the market came in -1%. So that gave the market a little bit reason for buying on Thursday. And of course, incredibly, we do expect the GDP numbers to be down to 0.8, -0.8, but it came out -0.6, so it was better than expected. Then the initial jobless claim was also better than expected. That means that the market was looking at 253,000 jobs lost, but jobless claims. But apparently, the final number was 243. Okay, so which means that for Wednesday and Thursday, the data will be pretty good. Okay, so well, this is interesting because the market is not really performing the same manner. So that's the reason why I have my doubt on this. But anyway, we all know that today the PCE data should be somewhere near or lower. I'm not going to be half surprised to see the PCE data coming out at 0.2% because of what happened to the crude oil price recently. Okay, and I'm pretty sure that this will be a little bit inspire traders to think that there will be a rally coming in at 8:30 p.m. today. Now at 10 p.m. Singapore time, that is where Jerome Powell will be speaking, and of course he will be looking at what his view of the current situation with the inflation data right now. So apparently CNBC says that Jerome Powell is not likely to tell investors what they want to hear in Jackson Hole's speech. In short itself, right, the market is expecting Jerome Powell to actually be dovish by giving a 50 basis point take. But apparently itself, right, the Fed fund rate now is going at 75 basis point. So if let's say now, if during this period of time, if this Jerome Powell decide to turn hawkish, and he actually says that, look, maybe we really need to increase interest rate at a faster or heavier rate, right? Then that will spook the market. Now, remember in 2020, he actually said something like this, and it causes the market to fall. In 2021 itself, right, he changed his feeling and went for more dovish, and we got to stop going up. So this year itself, right, it's going to be a guess whether what will he be thinking? Will it be hawkish? Will he be dovish? So let me ask you guys now. There are 57 online right now. What do you think? Do you think that Jerome Powell will be choosing the dovish, meaning that he expects the interest rate to be now good enough, another 50 points, and then that's it? You can consider going down lower. Or do you think that he's going to be hawkish and he'll say 75 basis point and maybe another 50 basis point coming soon? So what do you think, guys? Do you think that he'll be hawkish or will he be dovish? Please key your answer right now and let us, share this together. It's always good to have this consensus so that everybody can contribute. We can learn from one another and also generally feel what everybody is looking at, right? So do me a favor, guys. There's 58 of you right now online. Do me a favor. Do you think that Jerome Powell will be hawkish or will he be dovish? All right, please key your answer right now. I continue. I'll come back to you guys later. So the futures market has been betting that there'll be a 3/4 point hike or 0.75 basis point. All right, 0.75 of percentage or 75 basis point. So the thing is this, we all know that in June and July, we already have the 75 basis point for 2 sessions. And actually, we also remember that in the early start of this year itself, there was supposed to be a triple 75 basis point. So I just feel that they will go through with it. It's just that the market like to play around with the numbers and say that, oh, no more or lesser and stuff like that. Okay, so the challenge is this, all right? If it comes slightly too dovish and not hawkish enough, then we may have a rally. But if it goes a bit more hawkish and if it's firm, then the stock market may actually fall. Okay, so let me see now. There's some comments coming in. Anthony said it'll be hawkish, and Steven said it'll be hawkish, and Nelson said dovish. Eric Yo also say dovish. Eric, long time no see. Good to see you. All right, and Clara say dovish. All right, okay. All right, so we have dovish for most of you guys. Okay. All right, so my view is this. If you ask me itself, now we all know that he was dovish last year and the inflation shot up, right? So I believe that he will be hawkish today. I repeat, I believe that he will be hawkish today. Okay, now my reason is pretty simple. He was dovish last year and that led to the CPI data inflation to go through the roof, right? So if this year he retain his dovishness, then if the CPI, if the inflation stay up or goes higher, that means that he's really behind the curve or he really doesn't know what's going on. So that's the reason why I felt that he might be hawkish this time around. Again, I just feel it based on my own probability taking on this. Let's see what will happen. Okay. So the Dow Jones actually was quite okay looking at this and said that, you know what, even whatever he say, we will still buy up. So the Dow Jones went up by 300 points. Okay, how did it goes up? So basically, the buying came actually at the last hour. It accelerated all the way in the last hour itself. Okay, let me just show you the chart to show you the chart to feel it better. Can you see right now? This is the chart of the Dow Jones moment. Okay, you can see that what happened was yesterday, the market basically went up first initially because of the good data. And then in the second half of the day, it actually went down. Okay, went down. Then after that, it went sideways for a moment. And in the last hour, wow, suddenly something happened. Now, is it because that the script for tonight is out? That's why the market is buying in anticipation. I don't know. Really, I really don't know what could lead to his the strong recovery, or is it because that the players know something that we don't know? Well, all these things is all possible. We let you decide. Okay. Anyway, the thing is, this materials, communication, and information technology was the one that outperformed the S&P 500. And Snowflake went up by 23% after beating revenue. Now, Snowflake is one of the counter that this Warren Buffett is holding in very closely to his heart. Yeah. When of course share of Peloton went down because the equipment maker down reported earning miss. And I've been telling you this Peloton, this counter will be going downwards. I've been telling you that for longest of time. I hope you remember. Okay. So the thing is this. Now, what do we expect now? The market is pretty split, and that's why yesterday the trading volume in the market was really very low, because everybody is now waiting for what will happen from here. Would it be still a hawkish stand or change of a dovish stand? Okay, so traders watch out at 10 p.m. Singapore time later today. Okay. All right, so let's look at some local and global news right now. It'll be a short one. Just give me a moment. Let me just show it to you. Okay. Now, Putin has signed a decree to increase the size of Russian military. 25 people confirmed dead after Russian rocket strike on Ukraine Independence Day. So apparently, it's a rocket came in and killed 25 people on the Ukraine Independence Day. Now, if you ask me itself, right, I just don't really feel that this is done by the Russian, because I don't think they will do this right now at this very moment to kill civilian right now. I just don't buy this. But of course, again, well, apparently that is what the official report says. So I don't know, but just don't feel that that is the way Russians do, but I can be totally wrong. Now, Bitcoin. Now, a closely watched Bitcoin metric is pointing a possible price bottom for the cryptocurrency. So apparently it's all right. This indicator called Hush Ribbons says that it's time to be buying. So I have not seen this as now, but it seems that this is a very interesting signal. And this signal itself actually computes the potential bottoming out signal. So if this actually bottom out, right, then of course there's a good chance the stock market may actually recover. So there's something interesting. Now, US suspended 26 Chinese flight in response to China flight cancellation. So apparently it's all right because the China side suspended US carrier because of COVID-19 cases. US retaliated by suspending 26 of them. Okay. So it seems that the current situation now between China and USA doesn't really goes well. Yeah. So not too sure what is going on, but it's very clear that they are not very happy with the current situation here. So this is interesting, and I think it's politically driven. So we will leave it there. Now, Richard Taylor, a Nobel Prize winning economist, says that he doesn't see anything that resembles a recession in the US. So apparently, right, Richard Taylor says that, right, US is getting stronger. And he says that, right, this is going to be good. And he felt that if it's all is good, things will get better. So that's the reason why he said that. And of course, being a Nobel Prize winning economist, right, whatever he say, you have to take some weightage, right? So what's the reason? He said that the thing is that, okay, we have some GDP fall, we have some inflation. So what? The market will still recover. So to him himself, right, it's pretty good, and he expects the inflation to be coming down soon. So guys, if you think that whatever he say makes sense itself, right, then of course it's time to stay long. Right, for me, I told you before that I'd rather wait for a while, let the price come down first, then I go long. Now, of course, last but not least itself, right, SoftBank has suffered an incredible loss in his technology bet. All right, so that was whereby when this Masayoshi Son and Jack Ma was a good friend in 2020. So all along I said that, right, the thing is this, Jack Ma really found his right people, his baller, right? And Masayoshi Son actually see the potential in it and buy into that. But nowadays, after 2 years later, where technology is down by more than 30%, 20%, people are getting very worried. And of course, vision funds that is created by Masayoshi, now you can see it's incredible. He was doing pretty well, excitingly well in 2020-21. Then after that, at a high level, what did he do? He actually leveraged on it. And of course, that causes a big problem for himself right now. So all I can tell you this itself, right? Sometimes even the biggest trader can make mistake like this. All right, so don't feel bad about it. Sometimes you just have to learn from our past mistake. All right, so some alternate market news right now for all of you so that you can enjoy this. Let's go. Now, first of all, right, we all know that Biden has started this student loan plan is to really, reduce the loan. Of course, by doing that itself, right, means that a lot of students should be in gratitude, right? But apparently not everybody feel that way, because that means that there will be more dollar to be spent. And more dollar to be spent itself, that means that more printing has to be done. Or the thing is this, all right, maybe the Federal Reserve must take it from their own, the US bank must take it from their kitty bag and give it to the people, and of course that will cause some problem. Okay, so apparently some of the Republicans says that, right, this is not really a real thing, and Biden cannot intervene, okay, in this loan repayment. Very interesting, yeah. Okay. Now, at the same time itself, right, the reverse repo operation again started to mount up. Now, yesterday, right, alone itself, right, $2 trillion was banked into the U.S. Federal Reserve for reverse repo operation. And the scary part is this, right, you're paying at a pretty crazy high rate, in my opinion. And the thing is that it's only for one trading day. So which means that, right, what they're trying to do is this example itself, right, you put with me, the bank, you put $10 million with me, I give you back basically $10,500,000, and you make that $500 for nothing. So if that's the case itself, right, then myself every day take all my trillions and dollars and billions and trillions, come together and put it for one day and exit tomorrow, I get some profit. Hey, not a bad job, right? So apparently this is ongoing right now, and why is Federal Reserve doing that, right? That's something we all don't know. So we have to see how it goes, okay? In 2018, we saw the problem really where people get so what they call agitated, okay? And then what happened itself, right? You can see that people are just basically putting more and more money with Federal Reserve because they don't know what to do with the money. All right. So the thing is this, there's one particular hedge fund that's called RBC. They say that stock may be headed for another seller according to them. And they call it as a hot dog basket. So what is this all about? Okay, a group of popular stocks owned by the world's largest hedge funds are starting to underperform the broader market once again. According to a team of analysts at RBC Capital Markets, this is a sign that US stocks can be headed for another blow-up. So apparently it's all right. Okay, for several years now, a team of equity and analysts led by Laurie, RBC head of US equity strategy, have been tracking a basket we call as the hedge fund hot dogs. The most popular S&P 500 owns about 300 of them by the world's largest hedge fund. So the thing is this, apparently we are expecting a 4-time rate hike, but it's seemingly not happening. So this is actually no threat. It says that, right, if this is going to continue, all right, the hedge fund stocks started to underperform, this just means that there'll be more coming in. So in 2018, we saw that it's when the big basket actually underperformed, and then what happened? The whole thing comes down altogether. So all this thing is pretty important, and that's the reason why we are asking you right now to be careful, okay? All right, now take a look at this. Is a hot dog performance relative to equal weighted S&P 500. And you can see that recently the performance initially stabilized after falling a bit from 2018 lows, but it has turned weak again in the recent trading. And it is itself, right, because if you are not able to focus on the market or get distracted with a view in the market, there's a very good chance that you might be losing. All right. So this is what's happening right now. But the one that I'm very concerned, I've been showing this many times, but I still think it's important, is the 10-year yields versus the 2-year yields. All right. So in short itself, what we are seeing right now in 2018 itself, 1989, sorry, my bad. The market was here, and that was before we have the big sell-off in the market. And after that, we have another one that was a Nasdaq crisis, and then we have another one that is we're talking about in Lehman crisis. So for three scenario, right, both 1989 and 2001, they has hit the level here before they actually has a strong rebound, right? But the thing is this, we are already here and we haven't seen a strong rebound yet. So the question is this, what is happening now? Now this is 0%, right? And now we are trading below 0%. So that means that, right, people are really willing to lend the government money at about 2 years, but not the 10 years, because they are very worried what will happen in the coming time, okay? So the thing is this is a 10-year versus a 20 years, and combine this with the Federal Reserve Fed fund rate, you will notice that every time when the Fed fund rates actually increase, right, the stock market on the way is coming down. But once it hit the Shell station, you're right. I think this hit this area itself, the Federal Reserve area. This is where it is. Right, you can see the stock market actually went sideways, And after that itself, right, the market goes up when the Federal Reserve cuts the interest rate. All right, so you can see that it happened again recently back in 2019 where the Federal Reserve increased the rate. And then what happened? The stock market comes down very fast. And then after that, there's a sideways for a moment before we can see the Federal Reserve cut the interest rate down and stock market rally. Okay, got the idea now. Pretty cool, right? I'm pretty sure no one covered this so extensively. And what does it tell me this time round? So look at it right now, the Fed fund rate is increasing. So by right, the stock market should be coming down. All right, the stock market should be coming down. But the thing is this, at the same time now, the 10-year and 2-year yields now is down to the deficit area here. So with the 10-year yields coming down right now, we can actually see that, right, this thing, if the Federal Reserve continue to hike interest rate, this will just go only lower. Only when the Federal Reserve stop hiking interest rate and pull it back, then we can see the yield going back up. And of course, at the same time, the stock market will also be going up. Yep. So this is whereby I'm pretty sure we will have a recession coming in. This is undeniable. A recession should be coming in about a few months to come. All right. Of course, a recession is going to be a technical recession, may not be the impactful one, but at least it's something to take note. Yeah. Okay, so now this is the bond market right now, the bond market. Okay, the bond market. Now, since 2007, the bond market has been firming at this technical trend line very nicely. And of course, when the bond market actually starts to recover, that means the yield is actually going down. Now, of course, when the bond price goes up itself, right, it's likely because the traders believe that it's better to buy in bonds than buy the US stock on its own. So now with the bond prices now seemingly trying to be able to be supported, and if it does, then of course these bond prices will go higher, and that will naturally bring down the yield. So of course when the yield comes down itself, right, maybe the stock market will feel like it, say, okay, finally no more high rate and stuff like that. So it's going to be a bit of interesting depending on how the market view at that point versus the yield. All right. But still, from the way I look at it right now, it seems that, right, the bond market could be actually forming a base soon. And if the buying space is established, then of course, the bond prices might be going up higher and traders may come in to buy. So when they buy bonds, they'll likely have to sell out something else. And I think the easier one will be cryptocurrency, if not the stock market. But we all know that if cryptocurrency fell, then of course, the stock market will follow too, right? So again, this is all the link up here. All right, now I know that many people have been asking me or sharing with me about how they use option market to do so-called insider prediction. It's like a lot of people do put, right? They expect the market to be selling. If a lot of people do call, right? They expect the market to be going up. Okay, so I understand this, and this is not insider trading, but it just feel that way. And of course, we have a lot of free and paid website that give you this information. Okay, so this is one of them, the NVIDIA. Now, NVIDIA itself, right, the option recently, the put was really incredible. The number of people buying the put was so high that it really, it seemed that you expect the stock market, the stock to go down, right? But the problem is this, you can look at the stock. The stock yesterday actually rallied. Okay, so let me explain this to you. When the market was going up here itself, right, you can see on the screen right now, going up, right, there was a lot of call option and there's very little put option. So what happened? A lot of people were expecting that the NVIDIA share will be going much higher. But when the market started to come down, right, you notice that the share price kept going down. Okay, so of course with that, right, if you were to cut your losses, you lose a lot of money, right? So the thing is this, what they do is that what the boys do is that they sell you the call options, and then they bring the price upwards, and then what happened at the highest level is already they'll dump the market and make all your calls become worthless. And of course they will do heavy on the put side, and of course people, when they are at this junction, they won't do much puts, right? But of course when the market really goes down to this area, wow, the put will worth a lot of money. Okay, so what's happening right now, right? Apparently a lot of people is putting the put option into the market. Okay, and of course that is a very good thing for traders to do, because that will put you in strength form. But of course if the boys know that you're doing that, they'll come for it, right? So the thing is this, we all know that Nancy Pelosi husband, right, actually dumped millions of the NVIDIA stock at a loss, And the thing is, this is incredible because back then itself, we all know that Nancy Pelosi and her husband has been making so much money from the stock market. So the thing is that now for them to sell Nvidia share before the earnings, right, it speaks volume on its own. So we can remember this whereby early this year itself, Masayoshi Son came in and explained about himself. So we can see on the share price, right, went all the way up to as much as 7,945 or 7,945. And then after that, he gave back all of that itself, really just only for a quick show. All right, so what happened here is why would meet a fund, a vision fund, from going to the sky and coming down so dramatically? So of course, we realized that, right, a lot of people say that the option market, you can actually know what the boys are doing and then go against it or go with it. I want to ask you a question. If it's so powerful and so simple, then do you think that Masayoshi Son, the entire fleet of fund managers, traders, clients, they don't know what's happening and make him lost more than 23.4 billion US dollar in just 3 months? How about this Not Fund? All right, Not Fund itself, right, has recently lost $128 million. Wow, okay. And how about our students? All right, one of them is right, this is not a student. One of them is this is from Tiger Fund. All right, he actually says that, right, on June itself, right, it's time to cut away losses, and 7 and 8, which is the July and August month, he expect the market, to short the market, but we all saw the stock market went all the way up south. So this Tiger Global Funds lost about 50%. Wow, 50%. That's a lot. And in the case itself, right, they gained 0.4%, but their total year-to-date losses hit 49.8%. Oh my God. So that means it's very true. It's very true. All right, this is something there. All right, and of course we have this Cathy Wood, right? Cathy Wood, we all know that, right? She's been buying, and always buying at a high. So of course now Cathy Wood, right, for this year is down by 50% for 2022. And all these tells you that, right, whether you're SoftBank, Norwich, all right, all these tells you that if you guys really listen to what the Bin Boy says, all right, there's a very, very high chance you're going to get hit by the market. Okay, got it? All right, so the thing is this, I want to share with you guys that I strongly believe that today US market is right. A lot of people expecting dovishness. I would rather take the hawkish stance, and I will take my trade standby because we do see the market may spike up all this thing. So I suspect that it might happen again later tonight. Okay, all right. So let's study the chart right now. The bull goes moo, the bear goes grrr, and the flamingo is different this time. Let's go. Okay, so let's just take a look at the chart right now, everybody. Let's look at the China stock market first. We always do that. Now, it's very, very detailedly clear that the China stock market is really heavily resisted by my MA30. My MA30 today is trading at 13,650, 640 to be precise in a way. And as long as the market stays below 13,640, the market likely will trade lower. But if you trade higher, then do not go. Okay. So the thing is this, for now, the 13,640 is a very strong resistance for the stock market. It has been there for the last 5 days to the last 6 days, depending here. So what does it tell me? Well, it tells me that I should be very, very careful because whenever the market touches the moving average, right, that means there's going to be a huge upside or a huge downside. Okay, so upside potential is 14,108. Okay, the downside potential, right? Okay, 1 minute, some technical error here. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, so you can see that there is a very strong, consolidation around this area right now. And I suspect that there will be a very big movement coming in, okay? There'll be a big one coming in. And earlier it's all right, I was just trying to share with you a technical level. Take a look. Okay, let's make it smaller a little bit more. Okay, a bit more to go. Okay, here we go. Now, everybody take a look at this. Is my China A50 counter movement. All right, you can see over here. This is the bottom of the market, and obviously every time it goes there, right? So what is happening is that the downside itself, I suspect this will be the downside, and that will give me approximately You see right now, hairline, about 13,150. All right, so upside potential is 14,108. That is upside potential. Downside potential is 13,000. 13,140. Okay, 150, make it easier. Okay, so the current price right now is at 13,619. So downside potential is about nearly 500 points. Upside potential is also about 500 points. So there should be a 500 points movement in the near term, 500 points. So for those who are bullish, they will expect it to go to 14,108. For those who are bearish, they'll think that it go down to 13,150. Okay. So everybody got their own, entitled their own view itself. You make your own final decision. Okay. Now with the China market now, I can see that there's a lot of drop happening right now, and we have this some of the flooding in some areas, and of course with the cancellation of flight itself, and COVID is still ongoing. I just feel that the chance of the China market going back to test the technical trend line is a very good chance. And you can see that every time when it touches this itself, right, the market rebound is so strong. Okay, so you can see that, right, if we actually consider to do this again, there's a good chance that we can make some money. All right. Okay, got it. All right, thank you very much. All right, let's take it, clear this away. All right. So let's look at the US market to begin with for this morning. Let's take a look right now. Okay, the US Dow Jones to begin with. Okay, let's look. Now, the Dow Jones this morning is actually opening price between the two pivots. So that means there's no pivot trade for you to use right now at this very moment. So it is above MLP, right? And it's above MA30. So as long as it stays above OP, you can buy. And of course, if your CCRY will be good. Now the KSI is green in color at the same time, so it's a stronger buy. Okay, so above OP, CCRY can buy because it's above MA30 and it's above MLP. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, all right. Where's the target itself? Right, you can use the indicator that we have for you. I can show you now. Okay, you can see that there is a star on the lower time frame to explain this guy itself. Right? So looking at this right now, right, you put two lines at the high and the low, and of course a while later, the price coming down, you just take it off. Okay, so please understand this. Although I said that this is time to trade, right, but you can actually wait for this happen. Now, if you look at your screen carefully, okay. All right, every screen itself, they has their own what they call marker, and of course, wait a minute, we have one over here. Wait a oops, sorry. Okay, so if let's say now you can see the market stay above the MA30 and above MLP, right? So CCRY will be the first buy. All right, now we have a star here itself, right? You need to draw two lines, and if the market recover back with CCRY, then that will be the confirmed buy. All right, now you can see that we have this Dow Jones now. The GDH hour start in about 3:30 and end about 10:30. You should pause the trade around this area. Okay, do not trade elsewhere itself, because if you trade elsewhere, if the market starts to swing, right, you may be hit by the market. Okay, all right, so that is something to take note. Now the upside itself, we can see the KTR is 33,308. The downside itself, right, okay, is somewhere near here, and that will be 33,149. And if it goes lower, then we can see the market triggering 33,102 level. Okay. All right, now today I can see that there are more people participating today's MAO, so that actually speaks volume, right? Usually we all realize that if there's more and more people coming back to MAO, that's because the market probably has turned soft, and if people also want to see what views do they have of me itself. Okay, so it's actually happening again. Now, how about this is the Nasdaq. Now the Nasdaq yesterday did a CCRY color change from red to yellow on the day chart. So by right above OP is a buy, and KSI jumped yesterday, and that was the reason why Nasdaq to go up yesterday. Now the thing is that now it's above MLP, it's above MA 200, and it's just marginally above this. It's already below MA 30. So I'll say that very clear that I will just basically go in. Just the CCRY, the KSI green, everything, but other thing itself, right? So for here itself, you can see that Nasdaq is trying to push itself up to pivot 1, and that's 13,217. Okay, but of course, if the boys say that okay, enough fun, we're going to come back down, then we have a problem because the new corner. You can see that this is the thing here. If the market really comes off, okay, the market could be coming down all the way for Nasdaq, all the way to 12,560 region, or we go down to 12,180. Okay, so watch out for that. So Nasdaq upside is 13,217. I think that is the number for resistance. But downside itself is 1256 or 1210. Okay, because the KSI is for green color thing. Okay. All right. So that is the Nasdaq. Let's look at the S&P 500. S&P 500 is trying to recover, and the same thing, although it is above MA 30 and above MLP. So as long as market stays above OP, if we buy. And this is the pivot 1, pivot 2, right? Pivot 2 says 41.85. As long as it stays above that, it's also a buy. So everything looks good because, right, the upside can go all the way as you want, 42, 45. Okay, that's if you really want. All right, so the thing is this, there's a gap here itself. So I think the market will fill up the gap. All right, market will fill up the gap, in my opinion. Okay, now the Nikkei has a reversal today now. The Nikkei this morning, it went up initially and then it hit the pivot 1. So by right, hit pivot 1 with OP, usually we see higher. But of course, in pivot understanding is the KSI is green in color, but the market just refused to go higher, then we may have a problem, right? So how do you take a look at refuse? Let's take a look at the chart for today. Okay, so let's understand this Nikkei chart. Now, first of all, Nikkei sideways in the morning, that's normal, right? Then there's 2 bombs that came in, and that led the market to shoot up all the way to KTR -1, and it actually incidentally is same with this movement itself, right, to 28,755. Then of course, what you see is that logically there should be further upside, which actually did happen. But the point is this, once it comes down and it turns to color from yellow, turns to red, that actually gives you more reason. And because of that, right, okay, so what I suspect is this, okay, another round of this, I think Nikkei will reach the floor and it'll come down because the US dollar is all right, okay, although it's increasing, but right now. So 28,582 will be my target level for the Nikkei. 28,582. So it's about 100 points away, lah. Not too far away. Okay. All right, let me just in. Okay. All right. All right, let's look at the next market. That will be Hong Kong right now. Hong Kong. Now, Hong Kong is really, really incredible. Now, yesterday, Hong Kong market was down initially because of a typhoon. Then when it resumed itself, oh my God. Now, remember, this is BMB support level at 19,438, right? And you can see the market actually stay retaliate over there. And next day, when it opened itself, right, it's actually above the MLP. Okay, it was above MLP, and of course, the other reason was because it broke above the MLP, secondary one. Okay, so this is what happened on the Hang Seng. Okay, now Hang Seng now at the moment is above MA 30 and above MLP. By right, should be going up, but now it's staying below OP. Not too sure why. Probably this the market is trying to hold the fort right now between the pivot 2 and OP, but there is a strong KCB at 20,300. Okay, a strong one. So okay, so if the thing is this, if the Hang Seng can find strength and break above the RL level here, then we can see a very good jump over here. Okay, all right, so traders kindly take note of all these numbers. Right, the numbers are there, and the numbers 20,684. Okay, all right, so that is the Hang Seng right now. Now DAX is not ready, so I can show you much thing, but I can show you something very interesting about DAX. All right, so what happened for DAX? It came down all the way, found support at 31,181, then found some support, and it actually helped one of the student to, you know, on of it, how it's about MLP, so it's moving upwards itself, right? So that's why it's above MLP, the market open up and then trade upwards towards MA30. So I'm not half surprised later on, the market may test MA30 at 13,497. Okay, so traders watch out for that, for DAX. Now, crude oil, I still think that this is actually could be one of the catalysts that can bring crude oil much higher. Now, the KSI hasn't been changing and everything looks good to me. Everything looks fine. The thing is this, for oil price right now, what should we do? Now, oil price today, the opening price already below the pivot 2, right? So by right itself, as long as the market stays below OP, it will be a down. And that's why I'm trying to explain this to you. So the first down will be the this MLP first. The second to down is the one I just counted for you. All right, and then okay, you can see that it actually caught with this. Okay, so the thing is that the market now has to come down first because it's below MA30 and below OP, right? So I suspect the market may come down to here and stop for a while, and that's 91.40. Okay, 91.40. Now, if the thing comes down, what will happen? Well, you will see that inflation is not so high, but that also tells you that this actually tells you that the economy is not doing that well. Yeah, so this is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. Okay, all right. So traders, take note of that. Now, last what do you call it? Last two. Okay, so wait. Okay, this is a long-term chart that I created a long time ago, and it's seemingly still using. So my view is this for gold itself, right? If the dollar actually tries to recover, then of course what we have is that we have to, you know, take a look here itself. At the moment now, gold is trading below MA30, but it's above MA 7.6. Okay, the KSI is still red in color. The blue bars are still not leaving. So my view is just don't do anything right now on the gold market. Now, supposed to sell was already done here, so it's already done. So now let me just share with you. If you're going to be a CCRY, the target will be the next target, and that's 1826. All right, 1826. That will be the ideal price for gold to go. Now it's at 1756 now, so about $70. But with the KSI going red and blue bars, right, I cannot see how can the gold price go higher unless it's a heavy buying. So MA30 now is 1763.4. So as long as market break the MLP, break the MA 1763.4, I think that this will be able to hold. Okay, all right. So that's something that I feel that could be happening. And of course, come to silver, we try to buy at $18. It climbs up a little bit. Now today itself, right, you can see that you are moving on, and you can see from the chart here itself for silver, it's trying to recover and go back to 1950 area, but I think it's very difficult. I think that hits 1970, we should already have a meeting, and then after that we talk about this thing here itself, about the crazy app. Okay, on this here, this is the upside for the upside for the silver at $21.72. Yeah. All right, so that is the gold and silver. Let's look at Bitcoin now. Bitcoin is really doing a little sideways act right now, trying its best to find some strength. Now from here itself, it looks like there could be a repeat of what happened back then somewhere around here. And then after that, the thing pushed the market all the way up. So would this actually be the same? Well, all I can tell you is that I don't know. All right, to me, is that this Bitcoin is something that I do not want to touch at all. Even though I have a couple of a small one, but things is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For 7 days in a row, the market has been sideways. But of course, we do see the boys are coming to buy, so there could be a chance for the market to go higher versus going lower. Okay, this one may not happen at all. So the thing is this, with the KSI turning green and the blue bars are still trying to retreat, so it's kind of set, but it'll wait for a while for the silver price to find a base, then maybe we'll see bigger movement. All right, at the moment now, we cannot see anything. It's the same thing for gold, same thing for silver and gold. All right, this is Bitcoin. And last but not least will be Ethereum. Now, Ethereum has also recovered from the base level I shared, and now it's going up, right? And now the teacher is asking for it itself, and the thing is that the blue bars are retracing. So all I can say is that, okay, one person look at it itself, right? Look at it differently. So from here, this fund manager believe that whatever we're drawing here, you expect it to go higher, right? But of course, in reality itself, we all know and visualize that there will be food to be taken. Okay, let the price come back down first. Let the price come back down to somewhere here. Then we all of us can buy, and then from there we hope that this will go up all the way to at least to 3,000. According to some people who believe in that Ethereum will one day hit 3,000. So for me, it's all right. Let's just go through the first phase first, whether the market will go past this point, the MA 30 first. If we can go past there, then we talk about it. Okay. All right. Before you go, I want to talk about the US dollar. I want to share something with you guys so that you guys can feel this better later tonight. Now, I repeat, I expect the market to be hawkish today, hawkish stand, but dovish action. So there could be a bit of in between. All right. Now let's look at this. The VIX itself, right? The VIX has went up to 24 after that day we called for it, and because the stock market pulled back at 24, it pulled back a little bit. Now, I believe that the gap might be covered around 21, but after that, I still believe that this counter could go to 32. So this is my personal view here on the volatility index, the VIX, but it's not what I want. I want to share with you is the dollar. Now, the US dollar itself has strengthened so strongly. I told you this is the base area at 105, and the US dollar has already based out and went higher. And this time around, it's all right. It's looked to set to go for higher level, and 110 shouldn't be an issue at all. 110 shouldn't be an issue at all. Okay. At the same time, while this is happening right now, we can also see that OXY has continued to move higher, although there was some pullback yesterday, but it's really moved up quite a fair bit. Some people say, Cal can buy it. I say that you don't buy, let it come back down to about $70. All right, then you buy out yourself. Okay. All right. If it comes down to $70, looking for OXY. All right. And this will be looking at back at this new high. So I'm still looking to sell at a high at maybe 80 to 82 level. Okay. All right. Now, last but not least is the thing I've been telling you is the 10-year yield. So the 10-year yield, right, is supposed to be able to, you should interact a bit more, but I understand the situation here. So now the thing is this, if the US 10-year yield really move up to 3.25% again, we're talking about this is where it is. And that was where back in July, when the market was doing that. So let's go back to the chart. Okay, so basically you can talk about this. You can see the PCE data. This is the CBOE data of the put and call ratio, and you can see that the market is actually in the middle strike. So the thing is this: a lot of people are looking at the today to be hawkish and a lot of put option in the market. So if that's the case itself, but the data it shows that it's pretty flat. So what I suspect is that the market may likely give a stunner today. All right, likely will give a stunner today itself. Okay, so with that, that will be the end of today's session. We will cover this again on Monday. And remember this, guys, the market itself is expecting hawkishness. If the thing is this, if the market, if let's say for example, power do say hawkish, the market will take some profit. If not, if it turn to bull, if it actually dovish, the market will shoot up. Yeah, so take note of that. This is Kel signing off. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see you on Monday. Bye bye.